Take a ride on the Avondale ferry. Along summer days you go back and forth and back. The schedule's tight if you're keeping that cable slack. Wait for the bootleg run to return till it's off at 12. You got time to burn. It's a two-way ride tied to a one-way track. So you've all been on the ferries, right?
Yeah.
Show of hands, who's been on the free ferries that go on the river system, right? You have not? What the hell? What kind of silo are you living in up here in Fredericton? You're probably with the university. You're not?
I'm from here.
You're from here. So, you've never been on the ferries, but you're from here, okay. Enough isolating the individual in the crowd. On with the story, right? So, years ago, they were threatening to take down the Gagetown ferry. They actually took it down, but they took down the Hampstead ferry. Anyway, they were going to take all these ferries off to save money. This was Sean Graham. Remember him?
Oh, yeah.
He was an impressive guy. And they asked me, because this song was like charting the top of the charts in Kings County, New Brunswick. And they said, hey, will you come up and sing your song at the big demonstration at the legislature? And I said, sure. And they gave me $50 for gas. So that was pretty good. And I came up and there was 1,000 people with burning torches, you know, in the legislative lawn there. And biggest crowd I'd ever played to up to that point. It's true, you know, I was like, holy shit, that's amazing. And it felt like sort of 1933, the, you know, Frankenstein film with the villagers, you know, going up to the castle. And they got me up singing, so I'm doing it like this. You know, you can tap your tune to this, your feet tap your feet to this tune, I should say. And down the stage right, your left, was Jody Carr, who didn't come tonight, even though he said he was going to. Not that I noticed this shit. and Trevor Holder, who's another Tory guy, right?
Yeah.
They were the opposition. And little David Allward was down there. I didn't know him, but he's like, this little sort of, kind of a fat guy, you know? Not that fat, I mean, just sort of a lower center of gravity. And he was just a little Baptist guy shaking his arse.
Oh man!
To this, right?
Oh wow, that's awesome!
And he thought it was great till I sang this verse. This verse goes, it's a lucky, lucky man who works on those cable boats. It's got a lot to do with the way that you decide to vote. How well deny that there's any truth to the story, but you only get the job if you voted Tory. A grit might apply, but the idea just don't float. No.
Favorite verse.
So take your car, take your bike, take your half-ton truck. It's the last thing left that don't cost a buck. The very best things in life are free, so take a ride. Take a ride on the Avondale ferry. You gotta get out of town sometime. Cause the Avondale, it has seen its share of fun. From years ago when those riverboats used to run. But the fun is still going on today. You just listen to what the neighbors say, and that Avondale ferry's still shining in the sun. Take your car, take your ride, take your half-ton truck. It's the last thing left that don't cost a buck. The very best things in life are free, so take a ride. Take a ride on the Avondale ferry. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
That was good crowd involvement on that one. Thank you. That's definitely not Blondale. I don't care what you say. It's got that thing.
Brent, do you want another one?
No. Who said what? No, Cora, no. See you guys. You are unreal. I am unreal. You guys are fantastic.
I'm telling you, man. You get like a 9.2.
What? Giving him the authorization to even rate me. Now that you're gone, I can sing something in a minor key.
I didn't give you the authorization to even rate me.
This is another, Corey, you missed it, but anyway, I've had to kind of move my operations out to the renovated chicken coop on our land to write these new songs because of stuff. So this is another song that can't come from the chicken coop, and it's a new one too. And you know, just in spite of the personal stuff and then the overarching kind of political, social shit that's going on these days. There's also, anyway, sometimes you just get ideas, you know, out of nowhere. And that's what this one is. And there's kind of, and Josh Braviner would take this the wrong way, were he here, but he's not. You know the Hypochondriacs, right? Oh, yeah. Great band, I love those guys. And Josh says they're going to start covering this tune, which makes me really, really happy. It hasn't even been recorded yet, but it's going to be. And it's kind of there's just a lot of building of identity, it seems, that goes on now online, and everyone wears a uniform, I guess, every now and again, but this thing's kind of about the construction of identity and country music and drug addiction and personality defects and tattoos. Okay. Probably, you know, the way you would write a song. The way you'd write a song about. Anyway, it's called Deja Blues, and I don't even know what it's about, but it's a toe tapper. There's no cloud of dust on the horizon, there's no tumbleweed blowing through. The movie's not in black and white, it's the color of the blues. I'm sure it's gonna take a hike there, Don.
Yeah, that's not
Thank you. Big white steps and you're the Lone Ranger. Got a Josephus tattoo. You kneel at the Montgomery altar, but Hank's all done with the blues. What's a drugstore without a cowboy? What's a rebel without a clue? Your cheating hearts, your crooked spine, your Cadillacs stalled on the county line. You sing the praises of the underdog. Well, maybe you're one too. At least you had a coin to toss while those dogs were chewing on the blue. What's a drugstore without a cowboy? What's a rebel without a clue? Your cheating heart, your crooked spine, your Cadillac stalled on the county line. You plant your flag on the highest hill, stake a claim to the view. But it's all been said and it's all been done. You got the deja blues. without a cowboy. What's a rebel without a clue? Your cheating hearts, your crooked spine, your Cadillacs stalled on the county line. Your cheating heart, your crooked spine, your Cadillacs stalled on the county line. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks, you guys. Thanks for saving that gear. As long as you can make it to exit, and the exit past the Oromocto, you're good.
Yeah.
And it's just the booze.
One beer's not going to kill you.
One beer's not going to kill you. I can drive. Said that a few times. So, this is a song off the last record, I guess. Throat's acting right up. Acting right up.
Yeah.
R-A-T-E. Writing songs is a weird thing to do, and I kind of do it in, lately I do it in kind of bunches. I don't have time to, I gotta kind of really be efficient. And one of my favorite things to do, and baseball season just started, which is, I love baseball. I don't care who wins or anything like that. I just like the game. There's something about the game that I find somatic. So this last record I did is called High Watermark, and the title cut, I was really, like, words are an important thing for me. I spent a lot of time on them. And I was really having a hard time with some of the lyrics in the title cut. Like 6 weeks worth of a hard time trying to write this stupid, it's not even a great song, it's just okay. You know, it's all right, you know, but it's nothing, you know, it's not like, you know, David Miles or anything like that. You know what I mean? You know, David's great, man. I'm not jealous at all. Let's whip out our SoCan quarterly checks, David, and see what we got. That's a royalty joke for all you non-musicians. So I was sitting on the, I was really getting frustrated, and I sit on the couch, and I like to watch baseball with the volume off, because you don't need it. Really, like, here's a hit. Yep. You don't need guy going, it just hit a double. Yeah, there it is. So it's great, and you don't have to have the commentary. And I was sitting on the couch, and I was getting really frustrated, so I thought, Jesus Christ, I said that. I didn't mean to say that. Darn! I know how to write a song. So I was thinking the process was I'm stuck, right? I'm stuck, so what do you do when you're stuck? And I was thinking about it. Oh, there's winches are called come-alongs. You don't know this because you've never been on a ferry. A come-along is like a winch that you use, they call it a come-along.
Yeah.
I'm stuck in a come-along.
Yeah.
So I wrote this song in the top of the fifth, and it's called Come Along with the Come-Along, and it got me unstuck, and I finished the other not so great but okay song. So this one goes like this. Come along with the come along, we ain't got time to waste. The game's in extra innings, the starters have been chased. The Reaper's got a mighty bat, he's rounding second base. Come along with the come along, we ain't got time to waste. I used to think that time was free, I spent it like a drunk. It went swirling down the urinal, never would have thunk that knowledge of its passing would put me in a funk. I used to think that time was free, I spent it like a drunk. So come along with the come along, we ain't got time to waste. The game's in extra innings, the starters have been chased. The Reaper's got a mighty bat, he's rounding second base. Come along with the come along, we ain't got time to waste. That was the solo there. There's time to say I love you, and there's time to hold a hand. There's time enough to not be tough on strangers to this land. It's time I finally realized you gotta take a stand. It's time to say I love you, and there's time to hold a hand. So come along with the come along, we ain't got time to waste. The game's in extra innings, the starters have been chased. The Reaper's got a mighty bat, he's rounding second base. Come along with the come along, we ain't got time to waste. Come along with the come along, ain't got time to waste. Thanks, guys. Thank you. You're just what?
Well, no, I'm just hanging. Come on. Sorry, man. I'll stand back.
No, it's okay. I was getting a hook.
No. Nope. Keep going, man.
Really, thank you for putting on live music.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
We St. Johners, we kind of look up our nose at Fredericton. We don't, I mean, but there's all that stuff, but it's really cool to see all the engagement out here with all the venues and all the people going out to shows. It's good to see. This is a song, I don't have a set list now. Haven't for a little while. This is another song off that last record. And the short story is that we go to Paddle Fest every year, my wife and I, and if you haven't been to Paddle Fest, just go, because it's... Never been out of Fredericton? St. Andrews is a place you... Paddle Fest is on the Victoria Day weekend, and it's just a fantastic event. It's just really, really, really great.
It's great.
And I play it every year.
Yeah.
I've got like seniority.
Yeah.
So I'm playing a seniors home this year as part of the deal. So,
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Can anybody go though?
I'm like jailbait in there, man.
Yeah.
Cracking myself up. Anyway, can anyone go? With that beard, you can get in.
Okay.
But we go, and this tune is kind of a result of. So my wife and I were walking, and the tide was out, and we were walking along the beach, and the tide started coming in, so we got up off the beach, saw a huge tree that had been cut out. And we were, oh, how old is that tree? And you counted the rings to kind of see how old the tree was, and then a little later we're walking down by Salty Towers, which is a wonderful place that a good friend of ours owns, sort of a real magnet now. There used to be, music scene and everything around it, but it's a B&B, or it's a B. There's no B.
Yeah. It's a B.
There's a B. Victorian kind of rambling, multi-room place. And there was a young guy sitting on the deck who I know quite well, or I know him. Not gonna name him. And really looked like he was rough shape and having a hard time. And he said, hey, let's write a song. And we didn't write a song, but I wrote a song about him. which is next best thing probably. And it's just about, there's just a crisis of, I don't get it, man. I'm going through a lot of shit in my family with my kids. So this is kind of about the mental health and substance abuse and all that shit that's going on. It's like an epidemic. You know? It's hard. It's called Count the Rings. Out on an island, a young man is trying to take down the last lonely tree. It's weathered the wind, and it will again, but it's hard for him to see. All the bark's got cracks, there's something it lacks, some nutrients needed to live. Branches are broke, but beauty's a joke. It's what's beneath that gives. When the world is as blue as the water around you, as the indigo songs that you sing, remember your roots, the soles of your boots. Now is not the time to count the rings. Now is not the time to count the rings. To look at it now, you wonder how any living gets done. It's hard to believe it ever had leaves to welcome the wandering sun. It stands there alone, dry as a bone, white like a washed up shell. But those roots run deep, they're not asleep, they're reaching for a well. And the world is as blue as the water around you, as the indigo songs that you sing. Remember your roots, the soles of your boots. Very much, guys. Thank you. Really appreciate it. There's so many things you could have done tonight. I didn't know there was a monster truck show here tonight. There's a tattoo convention.
Yeah.
But here you are. So that says a lot about you. Wonder if this, are they in the same place?
Oh, no, I don't think so. I'm not sure where the tattoo thing is.
But you know where the monster truck is.
Monster truck's at the market. Yeah.
At the market?
Yeah.
What?
I know. Yeah. They turned that into a show place. It's echoey and weird.
Is that a band?
Monster Truck is a band. Yeah. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, there was a couple of people here saying we're going to go to the monster truck and see the Stanfields. And I thought, oh, that's probably okay, I guess. They have a good band at a monster truck show. Are they a good band, Monster Truck?
I don't know.
That's not unlike calling your band Free Beer.
Yeah. Sounded a little
Come on in, Free Beer, everybody. Monster Truck. So, we live in St. John, and we're really, really lucky. We, about 14 years ago or something, we stumbled upon this ridiculous deal of a property in the north end of the city. As the river comes into St. John, the cliffs rise, and we have this house on the cliff on the east side of the cliff, and 6 acres and a beach, and it's 10 minutes to O'Leary's.
That's amazing.
From there, yeah, and it's just weird. Like, it's really in the country, and we paid $129,000 for it. Cash, unmarked bills, from all the merch sales. So it's good. It's been, I love it there. The kids not so much, but I love it, and Sandra loves it, and it's great to have a family, and it's I have to say that. No, it is. It's not easy right now to say that. But it's really fine to see, like, the headlights going down the driveway too. See you guys in a day or two. So this song is kind of born out of that. Like, the kids, everyone was going away except for me, and I was like, right on, I got time to play guitar and write, and hang out and be cool. And so I went down to my beach, and my beach. Who can say that? I can look right up the river and see John Irving's house, and I have a better goddamn view than he does. But I went down to my beach and got a fire going. I was like, right on, sunset, my guitar. And took a 1.5 liter wine down with me just in case. Because you don't know, right? You don't know if you're going to want it or not, and it turns out I did. And so this song is like, just be careful. Is that wine? Is that water? Just be careful.
This?
Yeah.
Oh, it's kombucha.
Bless you. Not that I have that authority. Anyway, because alcohol, you don't realize this, but it's a depressant. Did you ever hear that? Yeah. Alcohol's a depressant? I was like, that's it. Right, everyone's, hey!
Yeah.
I'm leading a tour to Ireland, a 10-day tour in the fall. If anyone wants to come, let me know. We are doing that. But it's a depressant. And so I'm like, right on, they're gone. I'm like, playing guitar, and the fire's going, sun's setting. And I got like 3/4 the way down this bottle of wine. I was like, it'd be great if Sandra was here. We'd have a pretty good time. I started to get all like whiny arsehole, right? So that's what this song's about. It's called I Want to Be With You Tonight. Morning's just getting off. I had some wine, but not enough. Buzzing like a bumblebee. All around you and me, the fire's dancing pretty good. Licking at the lonely wood, but I don't mind it getting warm. And I don't mind a lightning storm. I wanna be with you tonight. The world wouldn't seem so black and white. Holding on real tight. I wanna be with you tonight. In this dream I heard a voice. I took a chance, I made my choice. An arrow to an apple flies, and I don't know the reason why. What we are and what we're not. It's just a game, connect the dots. I see the picture coming out, and I see what it's all about. I wanna be with you tonight. The world wouldn't seem Monster truck! It's like an energy drink or something. Well, I can hear the crack of dawn. The birds begin another song. And tomorrow becomes today, and time's as still as waiting hay. A slice of moon sticking to a velvet sky like me to you. One more drink of all of this, one more shot I can't miss. I wanna be with you tonight. The world wouldn't seem so black and white. I'm holding on real tight. I wanna be with you. Be with you tonight. Wanna be with you tonight. I'm happy to be with you tonight, actually. Be with you tonight. Thanks, guys. Thanks. It's probably not a typical singer-songwriter show in terms of the yapping. I realize that. It's what's gotten me so far in my career is that's a joke too.
Just add storyteller to your moniker.
When I said I'm happy to be here tonight, I thought of Keith Richards because he said that in Moncton, I think. Then I thought of Mick Jagger because they just announced today they're canceling the Stones tour of North America because Jagger's having health, something wrong with him.
Oh, wow.
And I thought today, like, are they going to do crowdfunding, you know, for you know, the lost revenue?
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Probably not.
No.
Shit. Play one more song for you guys. Really, really grateful to you guys for having me here. I mean it, and for everybody. Just, you know, a lot of things you can do, and the fact that you're here means a lot to me. As I said, I live in St. John. I moved back in 1992. I had buggered off from UND and did all the carnival stuff, and ended up in New York and California and out in the West Coast. I thought I'd come home for the summer, you know, because I hadn't seen anyone, my mother, for example, like 5 years. And I was coming home to Spawn. I didn't know that. So I got 3 kids now, and I never left. So one of the things I did when I landed here, I bought a juice maker and started the fresh squeezed orange juice stand in the city market in St. John, which is still going today. So I had a juice stand going on, and I thought I had a bunch of songs that I'd written. I wasn't even really much of a musician, not that I am now, but then it was even worse. But I just had, you know, I'm gonna make an album. I was that naive. So I made this record, and had the juice stand, and I thought, I think I'll start an open mic at O'Leary's. And that's, you know, 1,400 Wednesdays later, it still goes on at O'Leary's in St. John. You should come to St. John sometime. And Cora Woolsey used to come and play at that open mic, and she was something special.
Oh,
She
yeah.
used to come and play there, man. Like serious talent.
Oh, you.
Yeah, I'm really glad the young, talented people don't stay with it.
You want me to come up there? I feel like
That's a beer you bought me, so I gotta show some appreciation. Anyway, this open mic has been where I've learned to play music, and where it's just this bizarre thing. It's the fact that it's still going kind of amazes me every week. But it's always different. There's always new stuff, and there's always some kind of a weird thing that goes on that you kind of go, wow, it was weird. So it keeps you coming back, right? And a few years ago, I'm going to finish with this song. And it is an O'Leary song. And maybe 4 years ago, there was this really talented young woman coming out to sing her songs. And you know, the whole package on the stage, you know, good songs and great stage presence and all of the stuff. and a super devout Christian to boot. Hanging out in the bars, but whatever. Jesus can hang out with hookers, surely Christ. Now that I think about it, right? She can certainly sing songs at bars late at night. Anyway, she was very good. She ended up a little later getting heard at a restaurant in St. John, and Nitty Gritty Dirt Band's management were there because they were playing the Imperial, and next thing you know, she was opening for Merle Haggard all across Canada, so that was pretty cool. She has great stories about going to the dollar store with Merle Haggard.
Oh, wow.
It's really amazing. Nothing to do with this. And so she was coming every week for probably 2 or 3 years, and a couple of years. And there was a guy that would be coming to see her, Put the goddamn phone away. He's almost done. So this guy would come and look, the way you're looking at me, he would look at her. No, I'm joking. And he was a very devout drinker. As devout a Christian as she is and was, he was very happy to imbibe. So you could see it was palpable. And one night when she was standing next to him, there's a sort of a narrow area between the front and back room, and I heard her say, Peter, if I didn't have Jesus and you didn't have whiskey, we could get together. Now, when you write songs, sometimes you get a hanging curve. You're like, I can lean into that son of a bitch, right? And Jesus, if I didn't have Jesus and you didn't have whiskey, like, come on. Right? So I'm going to finish with this song, and I'm so grateful to you all for spending the night with me. I really needed this, so thank you. It's called When Jesus Met Whiskey, and if you don't sing along, you're in big trouble. And Google the lyrics. It's a Good Friday night, and Jesus sneaks into a bar. Nobody sees him hiding inside her guitar. She pulls up a stool, and a neon light sputters on. There's hardly a soul as she starts singing her song. Whiskey walks in, washing around in a flask. Well, how about a drink? I thought you'd never ask. He pulls up a chair, settles in for the show. He's been waiting all week, and really both of them know. If I didn't have Jesus, and you didn't have whiskey, there'd be nothing between us to keep us apart. If I didn't have Jesus and you didn't have whiskey, there'd be nothing between us but love, love, love. She sings hallelujah to get to the end of the set. A lot of guys want her, but nobody's gotten there yet. this life and for the next. Promises made aren't like promises kept. And it never takes long for him to get with the buzz. Keeps him from thinking too much about what was. And none of the others shone with her kind of light. It just doesn't make sense for this thing to feel so right. No pressure. I didn't have Jesus, you didn't have whiskey, there'd be nothing between us to keep us apart. I didn't have Jesus, you didn't have whiskey, there'd be nothing between us but love, love, love. That's good. So she's packing it up. She gives him a genuine kiss. He says, thanks for the tunes. I've been waiting all week just for this. Sweet Jesus and whiskey, they're tighter than anyone thinks. She's good and she's gone and he's good for one more drink. If I didn't have Jesus, come on!
And you didn't have whiskey, there'd be nothing between us to keep us apart. If I didn't have Jesus, you didn't have whiskey, there'd be nothing between us but love, love, love.
Brilliant.
Yeah! Woo-hoo!
Thank you, everybody. You're wonderful. Thanks so much. Thank you. Awesome. Fredericton's all right with me.
Woo-hoo! Yeah! Woo-hoo! Yeah! Woo! Yeah!
Wow. Is this like an encore or is it just like... I'm not used to that. Thank you. Get your drinks. Really appreciate it. You guys are wonderful. Thank you.
Awesome.
Put that guitar back on. Come on. Wow.
Yeah, one more, one more.
Oh, shit. Okay. Just because you bought me a beer doesn't mean you get...
Oh, yes, it
An
does.
encore. Should I do a cover song or should I do one of mine?
That's just what it was.
Oh, man.
I'll sing along.
Yeah?
You don't want that.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. I'm not going to do it, but... Wow. All right, I'll just do a quick little cover song for you then, okay? Something quick. Yeah.
Sure.
This is one of the weirdest, one of my favorite country songs, and I love country music. I grew up with country music, and this is just a really odd little song that has no chorus, and it's got this odd, sort of almost, you know, Chaucer-based lyric in a weird way. Turns out John Hartford wrote this song. He went to the theater. He was the first hippie in Nashville in 1966. John Hartford was this long-haired, gangly banjo player. He went to see Dr. Zhivago at the theater in the afternoon and went home and wrote this thing in an hour. I know this because George Jones's fiddle player told me the story. I got to meet George Jones.
Nice.
And his band showed up at O'Leary's on a Wednesday night back in 1997 because he was playing Exhibition Park the next night. And these, like, you know, the place is bumping back then. It used to be just ridiculous, right? Lined up, 400 or 500 people in there on a Wednesday night, and are coming through it. And these guys came in and like, oh, well, they're strangers from out of town, obviously. They're all groomed and dressed nicely. And, you know. And it turned out Jimmy Buchanan comes over. I hear you're the guy to talk to. And I can tell this story now because it's all legal. I've never told this story on the stage before. So this guy owed me some money that night. He didn't owe me. He owed me like $100 or something, whatever he owed me. And he, you know, it's like whatever. Good way. If there's someone you don't like, lend them money. You never see them again. It's true. But this guy owed me money, and he came in and he said, I don't have any money, man, but here's some weed. And he gave me like a half of an ounce of weed. You know, put it in my pocket. Not 15 minutes later, these strangers come in, and you know, Jim Buchanan, a legendary fiddle player, played with everybody from, you know, David Grisman Garcia to Mel Tillis to everybody. I actually knew who he was. Yeah. And he said, yeah, you wouldn't know where a fella could get, you know, I'm not going to do the southern accent. He's from Tennessee. Yeah. Some weed, and I just went. He was the happiest guy. So later that night, they got up and played, and it was great. And later we sat on the back deck at O'Leary's and had some beers and just talked about music. And I had just rediscovered this tune, this John Hartford song on a Johnny Cash American Recordings, stripped down version of it. And he said, oh, I'll tell you about that. He told me that Hartford had written it after going to see Dr. Zhivago, and it made a lot of sense lyrically. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. It's the only cover song I've ever recorded. I'll finish with this. I'm so grateful to you all for coming out. Thank you so much. Thanks, Rob. Thanks, Stephen.
Thank you.
Your door is always open, and your path is free to walk. That makes me tend to keep my sleeping bag rolled up and stashed behind your couch. And it's knowing I'm not shackled by forgotten words or bonds, the ink stains that have dried upon some lines. That keeps you on the back road by the rivers of my memory, keeps you ever gentle on my mind. It's not clinging to the rocks, a 98 planet on some columns now that binds me, or something that somebody said because they thought we fit together walking. It's just knowing that the world will not be cursing or forgiven when I walk along some railroad tracks and I find that you're moving on the back roads by the rivers of my memory. For hours you're just gentle on my mind. Though the wheat fields and the coal mines and the junkyards and the highways come between us, some other woman's crying to her mother 'cause she turned and I was gone. I still might run in silence, tears of joy might stain my face, and the summer sun might burn me till I'm blind. to where I cannot see you walking on the back road by the river, ever gentle on my mind. Get my cup of soup back from some gurgling, crackling cauldron in some train yard. My beard a rough and cold pile of dirty hat pulled low across my face. Two cupped hands round a tin can, I pretend to hold you to my breast, and I find that you're waving on the back road by the rivers of my memory, ever smiling, ever gentle on my mind. Thanks, everybody. Love ya.
Let's give it up for Brent one more time.
Yeah!
Great as
Yeah! Woo! Yeah!
I'd like to, on behalf of Krista and the staff, I'd like to thank you all for coming out tonight. And as I say every night, the beauty of our shows are they end nice and early. So you're downtown, you take in our beautiful downtown area. There's lots of monster trucks up the road. But anyway, thank you for coming out tonight. We really appreciate it. So does Brent.
Thank you. Yeah.
Will you put that up right away on the internet? And
I'm going to send it to Brent. I'm gonna post it in